ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम Mandalam 9, Suktam 97. Rishi Vasishtha Devada Pavamana Soma Chandastrushtu. Ideas presented in many rigs in this sukta have been explained already in one or more earlier suktas. These rigs are perceptions from sage Vasishtha and sages associated with him, Vasishthas. Asya presha hemana puyamano resplendent soma 97.1. Resplendent soma getting purified with water by his impeller brings in contact the streaming essence with shining beings. Extracted soma making noise like a sacrificer approaching a well set up house rich in animals approaches us beyond the strainer. Implied meaning: purified soma imparts existence to shining beings. Soma essence drops flow out through the pores of the strainer. Bhadra Vastra Samanaya 97.2. O Atmiya Soma, you are great, are wise, are conspicuous and are attentive. You are wearing a cloth which is beautiful and fit for an assembly. Getting purified, reciting Vedic hymns, rigs mantras, in a knowledge sacrifice connected with shining beings, may you be invoked by the great receptacles, the space and earth. The space and earth manifest because of Soma, or they seem to invoke Soma for their manifestation. Samupriyo mrujyate sano avye 97.3. Spiritual Soma is most famous among renowned beings. He is chief of born beings and is liked by all. He is getting cleansed in the human head in the woolly strainer. O Soma, getting purified, you make noise while moving. May you protect us always with prosperity. Spiritual Soma essence is getting purified in the mind, which is located in the hairy head. 97.4. Gayadabhyarchama 97.4. O invokers, sing Vedic hymns for spiritual Pavamana Soma. We shall worship shining beings. You set in motion Soma essence drops for acquiring the great wealth. Tasty essence is flowing beyond the woolly strainer, desiring shining beings. He is seated in our vessels or bodies. Great wealth may imply self-knowledge or Bhanda of spiritual energy. Soma desires the company of shining beings or enlightened souls. He is seated in the bodies of sacrificers. This is the implied meaning. Indur Devanamupa 97.5. Shining Soma drop having thousands of streams, attaining the friendship of shining beings, flows for their delight. Praised by leaders of men, flowing spiritual Soma who is inferior to ancient abode, goes to Indra for the great enjoyment of all born beings. Soma is a born essence and hence inferior to birthless Brahman. He carries the unreal fluidity or flowing property of water, which means he is Dvaita. Stotreraye Hariharsha Punana 97.6. O Soma, your brilliant light ray is getting purified in the praiser. May you flow for wealth. May your delightful essence go to Indra for supporting the universe. Along with your chariots, may you come towards us with shining beings for granting gifts. May you protect us always with prosperity. Soma, flowing essence of Atma, is being conceived of in the praiser's mind. Prakavyam Ushaneva Bruvano 97.7. Resplendent Soma declares the birth of shining beings, speaking wise sayings, like a man desiring the welfare of all. Atmiya Soma, who has great power, who is a brilliant relative, is a purifier, is like a cloud making noise. He comes towards his three states. Soma is shining and is related to all living creatures as their witnessing self. He is shrouded in an ignorance cloud. He causes manifestation of shining beings, or he makes or creates enlightened souls. Rest of the book is self-explanatory. 97.2. Prahamsa 97.8. Flocks of showerers of rain, clouds, which means clouds, move in the atmosphere like swans. They move towards the home, to the spirit who saves men from destruction. These friends of Soma praise him, who is praiseworthy, is not to be easily forgotten, and is getting purified with music or Vedic hymns. Quantum of spiritual energy of Soma move to the abode of Atma. Comment. This is the comment. Nobody can afford to forget one's own Atma, Soma, as he is the one who sustains life in each of us. Soma is the witnessing Atma of all. Sa Ramhata Urugayasya Jyotim 97.9. He hastens with the spiritual impulse of that must decide one, namely Atma. Hymns do not measure him, who is playing effortlessly. Having sharp-pointed ray, he makes the enclosure receptacle. Rays of spiritual Soma is visible as a leader in the day as well as at night. Soma drop is driven by the spiritual light energy of Atma, who is beyond description by words. He is beyond the space and time. 97.10. Indur Vaji Pavate Gunyugha. Quick moving like a horse, spiritual Soma drop is flowing among spiritual light rays. He flows, infusing strength in Indra for Indra's delight. He destroys demonic men. Master of the abode shining Soma, making the path clear, summarily destroys all injurious enemies. Atmiya Soma bestows existence on Indra, universal manifested self. Rest of the rug needs no explanation. We go to the next rug, 97.11. Adha Dharaya Matva. Then resplendent, delight-giving Atmiya Soma drop extracted from the cloud and getting mixed with the stream flows across the woolly or hairy strainer for the delight of resplendent Indra for enjoying his friendship. Atmiya Soma resides with Indra, Jivatma, in the heart space of man. Soma flows for assisting Indra in the creation of the universe. That is the implied meaning. Abhipriyani bhavate punano, 97.12. Resplendent Soma drop wearing the favorite cloak of Ruta all the time and getting purified flows towards the strainer, uniting shining beings with his own essence. In the woolly height, 10 quickly moving limbs cover him. Soma is the ordainer of Ruta, or he is the cause of nature's manifestation. 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action cover up the life-giving Soma in the head or mind of the wise sages. This is the comment. Vrisha Somo Abhi Kanikradadga, 97.3. Shining like fire, shower of happiness. Soma makes noise towards the spiritual ray of light or quanta of spiritual energy and approaches the earth and the space. In battle, his sound is known to be like that of Indra. Making this sound known, he flows from one body to another. For a seeker of truth, Indra and Soma sound alike, as both of them go by the name of Atma. One is Jivatma, the other is Paramatma. As Soma becomes witnessing self, Sakshi Atma, in all living creatures' bodies, he is their universal impeller. Sound produced by both of them is Om, since all sounds are encompassed within Om. Rasaya Payasa Pindvamana, 97.14. O juicy Pavamana Soma, being excited, you approach the sweet, minute particle or quantum of essence, causing it to overflow with water. Getting diffused and purified, you come near for Indra, making an uninterrupted stream of particles or dharas. Soma essence spiritual go to Indra in a continuous stream of small drops or particles, each one representing one witnessing self. Same self is present in all living beings. This fact is being implied here. Eva Pavasvamadiro, 97.5. And oh, exhilarating spiritual Soma, you only flow for giving delight, making the holder of water, meaning cloud, to bow down with your weapons, spiritual light rays. Weapons are spiritual light rays. Being poured out, delighting in these rays, you flow towards us, spreading a brilliant form or mantle. Here the cloud can be physical or it may stand for ignorance, as seen from the last part. Soma flows towards the sacrificers as a glittering essence, shining essence. Jushtvi na Indo Supatha. 97.16. O Atmiya drop, Atmiya Soma drop, becoming pleased with us, may you flow in this vessel, which means the space and the earth, making our path righteous and easily traversable for acquiring wealth. Please cause trickling drops of essence flow in the woolly height, destroying completely all our difficulties as though with an iron club. Next is 97.17. Vrishtim no arshadivyam. O spiritual Soma drop, please cause the flow of rainwater, which originates in the sky, in the shining sky, is moving quickly, is grantor of fresh vital spirits, is a blessing to the householders, and is a sprinkler of abundant water. For us, may you cause the flow as though concealed by wool, segregating your relatives, inferiors, Vayu, and other living creatures. Soma flows, meaning Soma flows imparting existence to a variety of moving forms and non-moving forms, which may be inert or living. Granthim navi shya grathitam punana. 97.8. O shining Soma, getting purified, may you free me who is bound to the body as though by a kind of cord, and give me a straight path and also strength. O spiritual light ray of Soma, getting discharged, you make noise like a horse, becoming a mortal and having a habitation. Please cause the flow. Comment or the gist of the work is, please free me from the bondage to this body. Becoming a mortal like me, may you cause the Soma essence flow. Jushtomadaya Devadata Indobari. 97.19. O Atmiya Soma drop, you are welcome in a knowledge sacrifice concerning shining beings. Please cause trickling drops of Soma essence flow abundantly in the head in the woolly strainer. Having thousands of dharas, you are famous and pure. Please flow in the overpowering of men in battle for acquiring knowledge. Arashmano ye ratha ayukata. 97.20. These bright shining Soma drops, having no reins and no unharnessed chariots, are let loose like horses in a battle and are caused to flow. O shining beings, please come near for drinking them. Evana Indo Abhi Devabhidim. 97.21. O Atmiya Soma drop, may you cast the strength of, may you cast the stream of essence flow in the receptacles from the sky towards our knowledge sacrifice concerning shining beings. May Soma give us desirable, great, formidable wealth, which implies spiritual energy abounding in heroes. Takshad yadi manaso venato. 97.22. When bird of a compass composer's mind, or a more excellent one is formed in the supporter, implying say Soma, in the splendor of the protector for Indra, then the praises desiring spiritual Soma come in the pot or mind to these drops of Soma. This one is admirable, is welcome, and is the protector of all. Vedic Ruks are inspired by Atmiya Soma, who is the impeller of all. They go to Soma, who is residing in the heart space of each one. Pradhanudo Divyo Dhanupinva 97.23. Atmiya Soma, who is born of the shining space, is trickling. He causes drops of essence to abound and is intelligent. He causes Kruta to flow for manifestation of the universe. Illuminator of strength, Atmiya Soma, becomes its supporter. With 10 reins he bears along the earth. Next book is 97.24. Shining, before that, comment on the earlier record. Shining space stands for the abode of the self. 10 reins are 10 directions, 8 in a horizontal plane and up and down. Pavitrevi Pavamano Chaksha Raja 97.24. Getting purified by strainers, spiritual Soma, who is perceiver or witnessing self or witness or witnesser of all. He is king of both shining beings and mortals, and is lord of wealth among the wealthy. He becomes twofold. Well cherished Atmiya Pavamana Soma drop bears along this wonderful Ruta or universe, imparting implied meaning or comment, imparting existence, Sat, to all material forms and bestowing consciousness or Chit on living forms are the two functional roles of Atmiya Soma. Twofold may also mean witnessing Atma and Jivatma. Aran iva Shravase Sadim Achendrasya 97.25. O spiritual Pavamana Soma, may you flow well like a horse for gaining fame and for enjoyment of Indra and Vayu. Please be giver of thousands of riches and plenty of food to us. Comment on that. Admirable wealth usually implies spiritual energy or self-knowledge. Devavyu na Parishichyamana 97.26. Drops of shining Soma are fit to be protected by shining beings. Getting scattered in vessels or bodies of living creatures, they cause a home consisting of heroes' flow. They are receivers of oblations, are bestowers of all treasures. They are delighters like sacrificial priests and are honored by shining beings. May they cause intelligence to flow to us. Eva Deva Devata Devavasva 97.27. O resplendent spiritual Soma, you are fit to be drunk by shining beings. Please flow in a knowledge sacrifice concerning resplendent beings for the consumption of these great souls. Set in motion in their assembly of men, you certainly become even greater. Getting purified, you make the space and earth a good place for us to stay. Ashona Krado Vrishabhir Yujana 97.28. O Atmiya Soma drop, you are fierce like a lion, are faster than mine, and harnessed by showers of knowledge. You make noise like a horse. Please cause cheerfulness flow towards us by paths which are most honest and favorable. Showers of knowledge means wise sages. Shatam Dhara Devajata 97.29. O Atmiya Soma drop, hundreds of your streams or dharas, born for enlightened souls, are being poured out. Wise poets adorn your 1,000 streams. Please cause the wealth, which means spiritual, to be procured from the shining space flow. You are the forerunner of the greatest wealth, namely spiritual energy or knowledge. Shining space implies abode of Atma, and the greatest wealth is truth, oneness of self. Soma leads one to that truth, birthless Brahman. Divona Sarka 97.30. Shining Soma rays are emitted in all directions like sun's rays during the day. Intelligent, shining Soma does not measure his friend Indra. Or, O Soma, marshaled by intellectuals, you cause victory flow in this subject, who is like a son to a father like you. All living objects are subjects of Atmiya Bhavamana Soma, and in this case the subject means seer of the Sutta. Pratedhara Madhumati 97.31. O purified or flowing Soma, your dharas are very sweet and are discharged. Then, getting purified, you approach beyond bullish trainers. You flow towards the abode of these rays, spiritual rays. On being born, you cause the sun to swell with the sun's gross physical light rays. Kanikradanu Pantham Rudasya 97.32. Spiritual Soma makes noise Om according to Ruta. The law or path of nature. Bright Soma illumines the abode of that immortal Atma. Accelerating Soma, sending forth sound, along with praises of the wise sages, flow for Indra. Divya Suvarnova Chakshi Soma 97.33. O powerful shining Soma, you are born of the shining space and have beautiful spiritual light rays. You perceive or witness the universe, sending forth streams of essence by your actions in knowledge sacrifices concerning shining beings. May you enter the vessel containing Soma essence. Making noise, you approach sun's radiance, or bestows existence on gross light of the sun. Tisrovaja Irayadi pra. No comment on that. Tisrovaja Irayadipra 97.34. Bearer of spiritual energy, Atmiya Soma inspires threefold speech and also understands Sruta as well as intelligence of seekers of Brahman. Spiritual light rays go about inquiring about or after the Lord of the race. Vedic hymns or intelligent men desiring him go to Soma. Here threefold speech means words presenting information on the three gross worlds, subtle, physical, subtle and causal. Sat Chit Ananda. Soma inspires seekers of truth. Somam Gavo Dhenavo Vavasana 97.35. Praises yielding milk of knowledge desire spiritual Soma. Wise men with their minds inquire after Soma. Extracted Soma getting cast is being purified. Hymns in Drushtub Chandas exult in Soma tremendously. Wise men meditate on Atmiya Soma to get at the truth. He only is the universal impeller present in their bodies. Evana Soma Parishichyamana 97.36. O spiritual Soma, getting sprinkled and purified, you please flow for our welfare, and then approach Indra with great noise. Please make our speech grow and generate munificence or kindness in us. 97.37. Ajagravir Viprarutamadinam. A pair of sacrificers who are quick and are having good hands, careless to their heart's content, hymn, spiritual Soma, in the strainer. Atmiya Soma, that attentive knower of the designs of Prakriti, getting purified, is seated in receptacles, the space and earth. Sapunana Upa Sure 97.38. Getting purified, Soma, like an establisher, shines in the sun. He fills up both the space and earth with his splendor and uncovers water. His streams, which are dear and givers of favors, serve for the protection of the universe. May he procure wealth for us who are like his makers or generators. Comment: getting purified by wise sages, Atmiya Soma or spiritual Soma becomes the establisher of the universe. From the space, most abstract, to earth, most gross. Savardhita Vardhana Puyamana 97.39. Atmiya Pavamana Soma, promoter of all bountiful men and granter of prosperity, getting purified, protects us with all his spiritual light. With him only our ancient forefathers, who were knowers of the abode and also of their own self, warmed the cloud for the sake of rays of spiritual light. 97.40. Akran Samudra Prathame Vidharma Atmiya Soma is a gathering together of Atmiya Somatharas and is the Lord of all born beings. He makes noise creating subjects in the primary maintainer Indra, shower of happiness, drop of spiritual Soma essence getting extracted grows greatly in the head above, in the woolly or hairy strainer, which means the mind. No comment on that. The idea has been repeated many times before. 97.41. Mahat tat somo mahishat chagarapam. Great shining Soma, who is the womb of all flowing streams, does that. And that is this. He solicits shining beings. Purified Soma upholds vigor in Indra. Soma drop generates the great light of or in the sun. Matsivayum Ishtaye Radhase Cha. 97.42. O resplendent Soma, you please delight Vayu for sacrifices and for wealth. Getting purified, you delight Mitra and Varuna and the might of the Maruts. May you delight the space and the earth. Ruju Pavasva Virjanasya Hanta. 97.43. O spiritual Soma, you are the destroyer of the wicked, driving away tormenting thoughts and also injurious men. Please flow straight towards us, mixing your essence with the vital spirit of the spiritual light rays. We are your friends as well as Indras. Madhvas Sudambhavasva Vasva Utsam. 97.44. O drop of Soma, may the spiritual you cause a well of sweet drink and wealth flow towards us. So also heroes and prosperity. Getting purified, be pleasant for Indra. Please cause wealth of water to flow for us from the atmosphere. Soma Suto Harayatho na hitva. 97.45. Extracted as Meya Soma, set in motion by the streams like a speedy horse, moves fast like a river flowing down to lower regions. Getting purified, Soma is seated in the cloudy abode. Soma drop mingles with the spiritual light rays and with the constantly running Somadharas. Soma, flowing essence of Atma, sits amidst the cloud-like ignorance. Eshasyate Pavata Indra. 97.46. O Indra, this very intelligent, mighty spiritual Soma, who is the perceiver of his own self, is quick as a chariot, is truly valiant and is discharged as though to fulfill the desire of servers of shining beings, flows in the receptacles for you, who is desirous of him. Esha pratnena vayasa punanas piro. 97.47. This Atmiya Soma, purified with customary food or which could be energy, concealing different forms of the grantor of wealth, covering the shelter with threefold protective layers, making noise in water like a sacrificer goes about in concourses or assemblies. Grantor of wealth is Indra, the universal manifested self. Soma, essence of Atma, is formless. Shelter implies abode of Atma. Atma is usually thought of as being covered with three layers of ignorance: causal, subtle, and gross body layers. Soma illumines these three layers. This is the meaning of the rag. Nunastvam rathiro deva soma pari 97.48. O resplendent Soma, getting purified by us in the receptacles, thus pity you flow abundantly in the water dharas, very quickly. You are most pleasant, ordainer of Vrita. You are Savita, the stimulator of all, and are of truthful mind, like that shining one, which means Purusha. Next, 97.49. Abhivayum Vityarsa Grinano. O Atmiya Soma, raised thus, may you flow towards Vayu for enjoyment. Getting purified, you flow towards Mitra and Varuna and towards Ashwins, who are seated in a chariot, which is moving as fast as the mind, as well as towards Indra, who is shower of happiness and holder of Vajra in his hands. Abhivastra 97.50. Abhivastra. O resplendent Soma, please cause good apparels and garments flow towards us. Getting purified, cause easily milkable milk cows flow towards us for nourishment, and also pleasure-giving gold and horses harnessed to chariots. Abhino arshadivya vasunyabhivishva 97.51. O spiritual Soma, getting purified, may you cause articles in the space flow towards us and also articles on the earth. May you cause that wealth, namely spiritual knowledge or energy, desired by sages, and by what we enjoy severally, flow towards us, who are like flames of a blazing fire. Angiras. Wealth, desired by sages, definitely implies spiritual knowledge or energy. We go to 97.52. Ayapava Pavasvainavasuni. O drops of Atmiya Soma, you cause those articles flow towards us by the flowing stream or through Somadharas. Please cause the flow in the pool of yellowish essence or in the brain. Though yellowish and endowed with wisdom only, being impelled like wind, may you give a hero for a man rushing along towards truth. Comment. Soma essence is being thought of as yellowish in color. Pool of Soma, or where Soma is collected, is the brain of wise sages, which may be yellowish. May Soma make a seeker of truth a hero by leading him to truth. Udana ena pavaya pavasvadhi 97.53. O shining Soma, sitting in the well-known sacred or shining water of the praiseworthy, you please flow towards us by those flowing Somadharas. Destroyer of enemies, Soma shakes down or brings 60,000 articles like a tree bringing down dry, ripe fruits for our delight. Soma gives all kinds of enjoyable articles to sacrificers, including self-knowledge. Soma is also destroyer of enemies. This is the meaning, implied meaning. Mahime asya vrishanama shushe. 97.54. Nature of that great shower of happiness, Atmiya Soma, becomes manifest in both the spirits or aspects. In the sprinkling the body with water of yellowish essence, and in the protection from death. Soma causes the enemy to sleep and to disappear. O Atmiya Soma, may you drive away unfriendly and also irreligious men from this world. Soma imparts existence to all inert bodies and in addition consciousness to living creatures. Here enemy could be physical or external to the body or internal within the mind. Some three pavitra vidatan. 97.55. O drops of Atmiya Soma, you go across three extensive strainers. Getting purified, you perceive one of them. You are bestower of prosperity. You are giver of wealth that is to be given and are abundantly rich among the rich. The three strainers are the three layers of ignorance mentioned earlier. Purified Soma sits in the third one, the causal strainer, since he is the cause of manifestation of this diverse universe. To be given wealth is knowledge. To be given wealth is knowledge. Esha 97.56. Esha Vishwavit Pavate Manishi Somo. This spiritual Soma is knower of all, is intelligent and is the Lord of all born beings. He flows that Soma drop, exciting drops of essence, goes across foolish strainer thoroughly. No comment. 97.57. Indum lihandi mahisha adabdha, great and pure souls, caress the Atmiya Soma drop. Desirers of knowledge like the wise sages praise him. Intelligent men urge him on with 10 movable limbs. They adorn Soma's manifested forms with the essence of water drops. 10 movable limbs can be 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action. Essence of water implies flowing property or fluidity of water. Sages attribute flowing property of water on Soma, flowing essence of Soma. Tvayavayam pavamanena Soma. Last of Sukta 97.58. O Atmiya Soma, we shall always acquire for ourselves that wealth which is to be obtained in battle with the help of the purified you. So may Mitra, Varuna, Aditi, the flowing waters, earth and the space arouse us. Comment. We shall acquire knowledge of Atma through Soma essence. This is the gist of the first part. Second part may not need any explanation. We conclude today's session with this sloka. विरामस्तावत्।